Okay, so what are some reasons that some families have immigrated here from another country? If I go back over here, it says here, many immigrant, and I'm reading right here, many immigrant families leave their homes to make a better life in the United States. Okay, that's one reason why they come over here. So, and that's what number 2 said. It says circle reasons families move from other countries. So this is one reason why they move from another country, to make a better life in the United States. Right there. And it actually gave us another reason, guys. It says right here, some families want freedom to practice their religion. And then here's another reason. Others want to live in a country that is safe. Better jobs and schools may also bring people to the United States. So there's many reasons why families move here from their country. But we were only supposed, oh, actually, guys, sorry. It says circle reasons, so more than one reason. I thought we were only supposed to circle one reason. So let's go back here. And here's another reason. Let's circle this one. Some families want freedom to practice their religion. Others want to live in a country that is safe. That's another reason. Right there. Better jobs and schools may also bring people to the United States. That's another reason. So there we go. We have several reasons there why some families move to the United States. So we just finished reading about our immigrant families. Let's move on. Let's go on to do some math, and we are going to review arrays. All right, here we go on this page. Make sure you date it. You guys, and if you do not remember what an array is, okay, it says here an array, or it says in an array, objects are shown in rows and columns. I want you guys to think about it right now. Which way do rows go? Remember, we used to do it with our arms. And then which way do columns go? Okay. Hopefully you guys remember that rows go this way and columns go this way. All right. And that is what an array is. Array is when you take objects and you put them into rows and columns. So here I have these little bugs and they made an array with them. We have 3 rows of 4. That means that here I have 1 row, 1, 2, 3, and then of 4 means that I have 4 bugs in each row. So if I look at this row, I'm going to count the bugs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next row, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next row, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this array here, guys, this array that I have here of bugs is the same as this one. If you look at this one, I have 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. And in each row, I have 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the repeated addition sentence that would match with this array would be 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Let's do number 1 together. It says, describe each array using a number sentence. So you take a look at the turtles. I have, let's see, I have 1 row here, 2 rows, and 3 rows. And each row has 3 turtles. So my repeated addition here was going to be 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. Blank rows of blank turtles. I have 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 of 3 turtles. There it is. Number 2. I have 1 row here, 2 rows, And in each row, I have no idea what those little objects are. They look like pumpkins, maybe, I don't know. Okay. But I have 4 pumpkins in each row. 3, 4. So my repeated addition is going to be 4 plus 4 equals 8. And here I have 2 rows of 8. Oh, they're cactus. This cacti, like a nopales, guys. That's what those are, I guess. Number 3. This one's different. It says, shade the grid to show 4 rows of 2. This right here is a grid. So I'm going to do some shading, just like this one over here, how it's shaded. I am going to shade on this grid 4 rows of 2. So I'm going to shade 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And in each row, I'm shading 2 squares. So here, I'm going to go 1, 2. That's row 1. 1, 2. That's row 2. 1, 2. That's row 3. And 1, 2. That's row 4. So let's look. Here's row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and each row has 2 squares. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it says write a number sentence to describe it. So if I were to write a repeated addition sentence for this one, it would be right here, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals, if I go back over here, again I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. It would be 2, 4, 6, 8 equals 8. There it is. I want you guys to put this video on pause and go ahead and do this page on your own. Okay? And don't forget to put the date on there. If you're having trouble with these, you can go back and look at this one. Okay? Actually, you know what, guys? Let's do one more of these together, because I know we didn't really practice with these when we were in class. So right here, number 5, it says show 4 rows of 3. I like to number my rows first, so that's what I'm going to do first. And it's asking me for 4 rows. So here's row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. And then it says of 3. So the of 3 means that there's going to be 3 boxes in each row. I'm going to shade them. So here's row 1, and I'm going to shade 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Go on to the next box, next row. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. I did 4 rows of 3. So now I have to write a repeated addition sentence. Okay. I look here, I have 3 boxes, so it's going to be 3 plus another 3 right here, plus another 3, plus another 3, equals, what do we think? It is, if I count by 3s, it's 3, 6, 9, 12. Answer is 12. Now I want you guys to go ahead and do the rest on your own. Okay? And the last thing is, what is friction? Right here. There it is. Go and follow along with me as I read, and don't forget to put the date first. Lesson 3, what is friction? Let's look at the vocabulary first. In this box here, it says friction is a force that makes a moving object slow down or stop moving. I'm going to underline that. So friction, it's a force, and it makes an object that is moving, it makes it slow down, or it might stop it. Right? Friction. Friction is a force. Friction makes a moving object slow down or stop moving. A ball rolls on the grass when you kick it. There is friction between the ball and the grass. Friction makes the ball slow down and stop moving. A bicycle moves faster on a smooth road. A bicycle does not move as fast when it is on the grass. There is friction between the bicycle tires and the grass. Friction makes a bicycle slow down on grass. Number 1, what is friction? Friction is a blank. If I go back over here, the very first part of this told me that friction is a force right there. So I'm going to write that down. Friction is a force. All right. Friction makes a moving object blank down or stop moving. I'm going to go back over here because it said it right there. Friction makes a moving object slow down or stop moving. So it makes a moving object slow down or stop moving. Number 2, does a bicycle move faster or slower on a smooth road? We read over here that on a smooth road, the bicycle will go what? Faster, because there's no friction there to slow it down. So it will go faster on a smooth road. If you ride a bike on grass, it's going to go slower because of the friction. Right? I am all done, guys, with our independent study packet. So let me go ahead and put this stuff back here. And I'm going to grab our book. I didn't read to you guys from the book on Friday, so I'll read from it today. Okay. I'm on chapter 8, and let's see what happened with John when he was trying to play his trumpet. I might not get through the whole chapter, guys. We'll see. But here we go. You know what? Hold on, guys. I did finish chapter 8. Oh, wait. Yeah, I know. Guys, I'm sorry. My apologies. We're on chapter 9. We did finish chapter 8 where he was attempting to play his trumpet. As soon as he put the trumpet in his mouth, it turned into chocolate. And his performance did not go all that great. And he left. He ran out of the gym. And he was very, very embarrassed. But here we go. Chapter 9. It says, "Oh, the shame of it, the humiliation. John wept breathlessly as he ran, shocked and frightened, indignant and angry at the world that had suddenly turned against him. Mean old things, John thought, blaming Miss Plimsoll and Mrs. Quaver for his failures, even though nothing that had happened to him had been their fault in any way. Horrible old school, he thought, even though he had liked school until that morning. Hateful Susan, he thought, even though he knew at the same time that he was really longing for her to be friendly with him again. Through the window, Mrs. Midas saw John coming up the pathway. Hello, John dear, she called from the living room. You're home early today? How nice. As a reward, there will be a piece of chocolate after supper. I hate it, John shouted. He was crying too hard to say anything else for a moment. When she heard the sound of his voice, Mrs. Midas rushed into the hall. Why, what's the matter, dear? She asked, putting her arm around him. John twisted away from her grasp, ran past her, and started up the stairs toward his bedroom. Susan doesn't want me at her birthday party, he said as he went. I know she doesn't. Well, I don't want to go to her rotten old party anyway. I don't think you really mean that, Mrs. Midas said. Besides, she added, and John was halted by the softness of her voice. Mrs. Buttercup just telephoned to say she was going to drive over herself at 4 o'clock to pick you up. She did? John said, blinking down at his mother from the top of the stairway. Yes, she did, Mrs. Midas assured him. So you'd better hurry and get yourself washed and brushed. Your party clothes are laid out on your bed. There were games at the Buttercup's lawn while it was still warm enough outside. Later, the party supper, including the birthday cake, was going to be served indoor, and there would be a magician and a short movie. John joined in the blind man's buff and grandfather's footsteps and fox and geese, and soon he became more cheerful. He even temporarily forgot about the chocolate. Susan looked very pretty. Her yellow curls had been brushed so hard that they looked silkier than ever. She was wearing a big blue ribbon, the same color as her eyes. Her cheeks were flushed with excitement, a deeper pink than her new pretty dress. On her feet were dainty little white socks and white shoes with straps that buttoned. Between games, Susan smiled at John and said, I'm glad you came. They seem to be on good terms again. Boys and girls, I'm going to stop here and we'll continue this page with this chapter tomorrow.